Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. I am your host, Saieed. We do want to thank you for joining us tonight, Thursday the 29th of September 2022. Imagine September has almost finished. Very soon, if the days in the months continue like this, Christmas will be on our doorstep very, very fast. Very, very fast. So Trinidad and Tobago, I must say a special good night to you. Those are locked on to Synergy Television live on our program. Those of you on Facebook, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, remember to like and share our Facebook page. Those of you on YouTube, subscribe to TT Real Talk. Hit the bell and you will know when we go live. And viewers, we have started the latest social media platform around the world. It's TikTok. You can find me on Saieed Ali Real Talk. That is Saieed Ali Real Talk on TikTok. It is the most famous platform about now around the world. So remember that. For those of you who do not know, and those of you who are now tuning in to us, Real Talk with Saieed Ali, we are live on Synergy Network from Monday to Friday from 7 to 8 p.m. live nightly with a rerun the next day from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. Now viewers, I'm a licensed money lender. Those of you who are looking for cash borrow and you don't know where to turn, the bank have turned you down, friends and family turned you down, it's not a problem. All you have to do is contact 339-1670, 238-6716 or 267-7325. Now, as long as you have gold, you have a vehicle, you have a house, you have land, and you're not owing on it, and you want money borrow, you want to do business with me, it's not a problem. You can come on down to a Realtor Group of Company located at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shogunas, and we will do business. Now, there's a Realtor Group of Company office at San Fernando, located at number 132 Cipero Road, Victoria Village in San Fernando. Their contact numbers are 242-7690. Our office open from 8:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Saturday is from 8:30 a.m. to 12 noon. Remember that, viewers. You love to borrow, I love to lend. You're sad and you're down, you want a smile on your face and you don't know where money's coming from. 339-1670. That's Saieed Ali, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies. Remember, Realtor Group of Companies is built of Real Talk with Saieed Ali, Real Talk Real Estate, Real Talk Security and Intelligence Unit, and just now, in the coming weeks, we're going to have Real Talk Credit Union in Trinidad and Tobago. So viewers, that falls under a mother company of Real Talk Group of Companies. So we beg, we large. Just now you're going to hear about Real Talk plane and Real Talk yacht and thing, but you know you have to work hard. You can't just sit down in a chair and expect cash to fall on you. No, God is not going to do that. He's not going to do that. Get up, go look for work, you will get cash. Trade for your labor. Long ago, in the Middle East, Pakistan, Dubai, they used to trade food for gold, goat for labor. They used to do it long ago, and we still do that today. We trade labor for money. That is what we do. Some of us may not know that. So viewers, as we start off our program tonight, the Regulated Industry Commission, RIC, will make a final determination on the review of water rates by November 2023. This is according to the Social Sector Investment Program document. According to SSIP, the RIC will prepare its draft determination for Wasa price review upon receipts of a final business plan from Wasa in the first quarter of fiscal year 2023. The SIPP states that after the public consultation, the RIC final determination for Wasa's price review is expected to be completed by November 2023. Meanwhile, Minister of Public Utilities Marvin Gonzalez states that they will no longer move ahead with a Wasa transformation after the court dismissed the Public Service Association action to stop the process on Tuesday. Gonzalez explained that the court agreed with government's position that there is need for a restructuring. Let me read that again so you will understand. Gonzalez planned and also explained that the court agreed with government's position that there is need for a restructuring. Addressing the pending increase of water and electricity rates, Gonzalez made it clear that this was determined by RIC. Remember, I told you that there is a hint that electricity is going to go up. Once electricity goes up, water automatically will follow suit. So in the coming months, you never know, you might get an increase. Gonzalez assured that the government has decided to allow the RIC to do its work and then decide what kind of protection it will provide for the vulnerable citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. How vulnerable are we as citizens of Trinidad and Tobago? Gas gone up. It is only obvious that electricity and water will follow. Bet your last dollar, or should I say your last 10 cents, it is going to go up. And you watch and you will see. Now viewers, the announcement that senior citizens will no longer travel for free on the inter-island ferry between Trinidad and Tobago has come as a shock among senior citizens, who are also seeing it as a form of disrespect by the government. On Monday, during the budget presentation, Finance Minister Colin Imbut announced that senior citizens will now have to pay $25 one way and $50 return to use a service from January 1st, 2023. However, Trinidad and Tobago Association of Retired Persons Secretary Maylene described the decision as harsh. Now, Maylene states that as a senior citizen herself, the fee for the service, which was previously free to any traveling senior citizen, was inconsiderate, given the fact that the country is now coming out of COVID-19 lockdown. One senior said, what they're doing, not fair to senior citizens. However, viewers, another who has lived the majority of his life abroad added that he had not been to Tobago since he was 14, and the increased rates would not bother him. Not everybody will feel the effects of it, you know. Not everybody. But you see, those who collect a pension and those who have no other income but pension and wants to go to Tobago, they are the one who's going to feel it. Not you and I. Other than that, he had much to criticize about TNT underdevelopment throughout his lifetime. We are under the... Hey, let me tell you something. We ain't grow. We ain't grow at all. What growth have you seen in Trinidad and Tobago thus far? You be the judge of that. You, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, call 238-6716 live on our program and tell us what growth have Trinidad and Tobago grown in the last 7 years. Tell us, because I want to hear from you. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is facing a lot of heat online for saying the country's public service didn't have the infrastructure or take discipline to work from home. He was speaking at a post-budget press conference in the Parliament on Monday, commenting on the increase in fuel price. Dr. Rowley suggested changing driving habits could reduce fuel consumption. He said, a simple choice like choosing when you travel could save your fuel bill. The PM added that if you get in the traffic at a particular hour for no good reason, you burn up fuel, and if chose to go a different time, you could not have had to burn up fuel. Listen to this.
A simple choice like choosing when you travel could save your fuel bill. If you get in that traffic at a particular hour for no good reason and crawl into Port of Spain from Sandy Grande, you would have burnt up fuel that if you had chosen to go at a different time, you wouldn't have had to burn up. But nobody thinks about the cost of fuel when they plan a trip in Trinidad and Tobago.
Imagine our Prime Minister is telling us. So now we have to watch how we are using our personal vehicle. That is what we have to do. We have to watch how we drive in. We have to watch where we go in. We, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, purchase a vehicle for our own comfort, for our own personal use. But today our Prime Minister is saying when it's time to use it and when it's not time to use it. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed.
You're live on Real Talk, my friend. Go right ahead.
Yes, pleasant evening to everybody. The thing about it is this, Mr. Saeed. What development has it had since this government gets into power? Because at the end of the day, we're facing world crisis all over the world. And the government of this day is being blind to make any provision for future for the people of this country. So this people of the country need to open their eyes, those who are sleeping, and really look into see what is it really happening and going on here. They're talking about subsidy for gas, but we should have shut down this country for about a week for all of these increases that they're doing here, because what they do with the resources of this country since they get into power is that they get rid of it. So we are not to be independent of anything of our own. We have to look for it from abroad to bring it in the country. And with that note, everything now, we have to be dependent on foreign states to get something from them. Why not we start to do something for our own here, that in case of any problem in the world, we can survive. They are trying to destroy us. Have a pleasant night.
Thank you, my friend. What growth have we had for the last 7 years? What? Now, I worked hard for 5 years, and I saved. I cut around the corner. I tightened my belt to save money to buy an Almira or a B-15. Or let's just say, in my case, a BMW, or a Benz, or a Porsche, or a Range Rover. My Prime Minister is telling me now, Saeed, because you have bought that vehicle, you have to watch where you are going now. And watch how you're driving. You can't speed, you'll burn more gas. If you get caught up in traffic, you will burn more gas. We all know that. When Colin Imbert raised the gas price a couple years back, why the Prime Minister didn't come out and say that? When Colin Imbert raised... Oh, hold on. Let me phrase this correctly. When the Cabinet took its decision in April this year to raise the gas price because they're saying of the war in Ukraine and Russia, they took the decision to jack the price of gas. Why the hell the Prime Minister didn't come out and say what he said just now? Director, run back that video again for me.
A simple choice like choosing when you travel could save your fuel bill. If you get in that traffic at a particular hour for no good reason and crawl into Port of Spain from Sandy Grande, you would have burnt up fuel that if you had chosen to go at a different time, you wouldn't have had to burn up. But nobody thinks about the cost of fuel when they plan a trip in Trinidad and Tobago.
Did he just say we don't pay for the cost of fuel? Did he just say that? So, we're going for a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about this very sad topic for a little bit. And I want to hear what you have to say. Keep in mind, that is the same Prime Minister who said to Trinidad and Tobago that I am not going to beg for vaccine, COVID-19 vaccine, for you all to take. Viewers, we'll be right back after this break.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Realtor Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Do you want to make the best investment but not sure where to turn? Put your mind at ease and worry no more. Realtor Group of Companies is giving you a whopping 3.5% interest on your investments. Come on down and visit us today. We have 2 convenient locations just for you. Visit us at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Sit back and watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670, or 242-7690. Our team of professionals are waiting for you. Grab this opportunity and invest today. Real Talk Investment, helping real people make real money. This ad was paid for by the Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. One question on if this meant or if this means the public sector would be looking at work from home options. The PM stated that he was unsure that persons are aware or prepared for that to be a major initiative, largely because it requires certain technical infrastructure. He added that this initiative also requires a level of discipline and said, "This is Trinidad. So therefore, we are not ready for a major work from home policy." Listen to this.
That is a matter. The government has not said about to have a work from home policy except when we were forced during COVID. When you all come back out, we are still back out to normal. I don't know that we are sufficiently prepared for that to be a major initiative, largely because it requires certain technical infrastructure and a certain level of discipline. This is Trinidad, and Tobago. So we're not ready for a major work from home policy because some people are not even working in the office. So we have to be careful how we...
Trinidad and Tobago, I have a question for you all. During the pandemic, how many years people were working from home? Ask yourself that. Our Prime Minister said, this is Trinidad, so therefore we are not ready for a major work from home policy. But during the COVID, how many people work from home? How many? But we're not ready? Why didn't the Prime Minister come out and said that in April month? September. It is the second time they have raised the fuel price in Trinidad and Tobago. What is the union doing about it? What is the labor movement union doing about it? If the union in Trinidad and Tobago tell its supporters, listen this, we are going to keep a march for 3 days. Let me tell you something, Trinidad and Tobago. Let me tell you something. The union of Trinidad and Tobago has the power to bring that out. They have the authority to call a 3 days march. Let me tell you something. The union represents the public sector. How many people do we have employed in the public sector? Thousands of people. Hundreds of thousands of people. So if the union decides to say, you know what? Come next week Monday, we are asking our members, who is hundreds of thousands of public servants, to join with us on our 3 days march. You know what will be the headline? We need changes. But where's the union? Where's the union? The union only talking about 4%, 4%, 4%. A couple thousand people gone in one march for a couple hours. The next day they're going back to work. What happened? Call a member, do so. Watch them. Watch them. But we talk about this word they call protest. Stand in solidarity of what? In solidarity of what, Trinidad and Tobago, you tell me. Caller, good night.
Good night, Mr. Saeed. Great program, man. You're fiery, man. I could imagine I myself want to fire up the place. The unions, everybody know, the smallest child know, the unions are a waste of time in this country. The unions are in the pocket of the PNM. You had the unions who colluded with the then Batiste lady to close down Petrotrin. Everybody know that they was well paid off. So do I expect nothing good from them? Look in the US, Amtrak threatened the government. They give them 14 days to give them an increase in salary. You know what the increase they get? 24% increase, you know. You know what I'm telling you? But I respect our leaders here. I don't want to call Rowley an idiot and a brainless idiot. I don't want to call him that, right? But let me think. This man, the PNM have the country where it is today. The PNM crime, everything in the PNM mash up this place and destroy this country. So he's telling people now, the money belongs to the citizens of the country. He's telling people, you know, don't use your car. Don't drive your car. Drive your car. Everything you have to go to Port of Spain for Rowley. Rowley, you don't know that? You want that sweetie paper, you have to go to Port of Spain for it. So what you want people to do, there's no efficient transport system in the country. When you go on the wharf, you carry a young daughter or your son as a parent, you have to sit down and wait. Wait and see them go in the bus because you can't leave them there. You're worried now about Rowley supporters from the train line there coming to rob them or kidnap them. There's why behind the country, Rowley. You don't need a rocket scientist to tell you the PNM have the country where it is. Mr. Saeed, look, I just as angry as you, you know. Keep up the great work. God bless you and Real Talk. Thank you.
Thank you, my friend. Now listen this. However, this response received swift condemnation. Some said to hear the Prime Minister of a country give a vote of no confidence in the citizens' ability to meet the demand of a changing workplace landscape is disheartening. During the pandemic, for months, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago had to work from home. And once a week or once a fortnight, they had to report to their office. Dr. Rowley, where were they? Where were they? Why you didn't come out in April and say that? Why you didn't say that in April? You think Saeed will listen to what you're saying and sit down like this? No. If I have to be the only one in Trinidad and Tobago to come out and tell you you're wrong, I will do it. I will do it. You know why? All you need somebody to challenge all you. That is what all you need. And I am a man, will challenge all you to it. So here it is. People were also quick to point out that a work from home policy was in fact part of the PNM's 2020 manifesto. How many of you remember that? How quickly we forget. Dr. Rowley was also called out to touch, considering he has a policy. He has a police escort everywhere he goes. Not all disagree with the Prime Minister's thought, as some understood where he was coming from. Let me tell you something. Why didn't the Prime Minister make this statement in April? Why didn't he make it in April when the Cabinet took the decision to raise fuel price? And around the same April month of 2022, Barbados dropped the price of fuel. Guyana dropped the price. Only we government took the decision. How quickly we forget. That's in April. Come September now. What happened? Budget read on the 26th of September. Boom! With immediate effect. Gas went up. Call a good night.
Hi, good night, Saeed. You know the problem in Trinidad is gross mismanagement. You have square pegs and round holes. You know, in the outside world, when they look at like TTT, place like TTT, and this PNM government, you know what is the opinion come to the mind? That, you know, there is one ethnicity group in this country, you know. That is how people in the outside classify it. Only this evening you see Faris Al-Rawi in San Fernando. 200 million here, 300 million there for that project in San Fernando. You see Shamka Kojo and them in Valencia. You see them in Tacarega opening community center, costing so much $100 million and this and that. Remember Shamka Kojo roaming bill of $50,000. Remember Darren Smith $175,000. This is where our money is going. This is painted for $3 million, $12 million for Eric Williams and all these kind of things. The road is dilapidated. So do you know that at present today we have exceeded the murder rate compared to last year, whole of last year? You know what is the cause of that? When a Prime Minister could collude with the Police Service Commission and the President to overthrow a decision made by the Police Service Commission because they have politicized. That is what they are doing. They are politicizing the running of this country. All the PNM is concerned about, sir, is to remain in power and embezzle and steal our money. They are not concerned about management. And you know what, sir? You know why they have their supporters like that? Keep them down when they say the expand gate program. They have to do means test. That is how they have their supporters at a certain level. So they would qualify for all these things. Keep them there, they would vote with. Look at Lavantil, sir. Has they ever risen above where they are? That is the PNM wanted to pay, so their vote are assured. It is time that the people of Trinidad and Tobago open their eyes and see that PM is not good. Our country is not third world, you know, so our country is about the fifth. We are fifth world. That is what Trinidad is. Thanks a lot, sir.
Thank you, my friend. So, viewers, before we go for this commercial break, listen this. Listen this, Minister of Finance, Colin Mim, would have stated that if it wasn't for the fuel subsidy, the government would have been able to balance the budget. He made a statement at the post-budget forum hosted by TT Manufacturers Association, that is TTMA, at the Hyatt Regency, in which states that this was the lowest fiscal deficit that Trinidad and Tobago has had for about 12 years, and there could have been a balanced budget if the government did not have to put money in the Heritage and Stabilization Fund and having to spend $2 billion subsidizing fuel. Listen to this.
In terms of the fiscal deficit, this is probably the lowest fiscal deficit the country has had for about 12 years. It's probably the lowest. We could have balanced the budget, you know, if we didn't have to put money into the Heritage Fund. We put in 1.1 billion, and if we didn't have to spend $2 billion on subsidizing fuel, we'd have balanced the budget. But we decided to do it.
How much did they take from the Heritage and Stabilization Fund? How much did they take? How much did they put in? Call a good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
Talk to me, my friend.
Saeed, I'm trying to understand what it is really going on here. I'm trying to understand what's going on here. Is it that the politicians paying we or we paying them to work by? I don't understand, because the confusing people as the day goes by, because you can't tell me on one hand, you're coming and telling me that, oh, you have money to fix road, you're using money for COVID. Right? But then again too, you ain't buying no new bed, you ain't buying no new staff, you ain't opening up any hospital, you use that hospital at Camera Bill in Cuba, you use certain facilities. I don't understand how $5 billion disappear every year for healthcare and nothing new now. I don't understand. Now keep only coming and telling you to drive your car without air condition and you're going to reach further with the gas. Whether would have really people talking to, I'm trying to understand the statement which Shampa Kojo made yesterday.
Yes.
Which she trying to tell people who ain't work a day in their life and they're collecting pension, so them is not citizens of this countryside. I just asking a question here, you know, because as far as I am concerned and as far as I am aware, every creed and race have an equal place in this country, not so?
Correct.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong on the side, but everybody is supposed to be entitled to an old age pension in this country. Whether or not government, as far as I'm concerned, this government mismanaging everything. And I hear Keith only make a statement and also. He said under the last regime, he spent $14 billion behind subsidies, right? I'll read it properly, $14 billion. Now you tell me how the People's Partnership could afford to spend $14 billion behind fuel subsidies. And them had all that money to do all that infrastructure around the country. Because you can't tell me, on the People's Partnership side, look at infrastructure they build. Look, watch around the whole country. Everything that's opening and whatever, no, it's just Kamlan and start. With them build. And keep rolling them now finishing up and whatever. Watch and see. You tell me how much of things that this government built right now in this countryside. Nothing. Nothing.
Thank you, my friend. So here it is. I want to let you understand something. I want the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, the viewers of Real Talk with Saieed Ali, I want to let you understand this. We have nothing against the party they call PNM. I will say this again. I have nothing against the party they called PNM. I have nothing against the party we called UNC. I have nothing against the party we call PDP and the other parties in Trinidad and Tobago. I have totally nothing against them. But hear this. What I do have is problems with the individuals and them in the various parties that not performing a duty as they supposed to. Kid Rowley made a statement about the fuel, and we have to be, look where we go in, and the less you drive your vehicle, the less fuel you will burn. We all know that. We all know that. I'm 47 years, and since I could talk English, I understand that. But the thing is, why didn't you come out and make this statement when your cabinet took the decision in the month of April 2022 to increase the gas price? You come now to say we don't have a major policy of work to home. We can't afford that right now. But during the 2 years of COVID-19 in Trinidad and Tobago, how many people work from home for weeks and months? How many? Now let's say something. Viewers, we are going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, we are going to talk about inboard and the fuel subsidy after this break.
Are you looking for quick cash and do not know where to turn? We have got the answer for you. Visit us at Realtor Group of Companies. We are a licensed money lending financial institution. We are located at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Our phone numbers are 339-1670, 267-7325 or 238-6716. Contact us today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Do you want to make the best investment but not sure where to turn? Put your mind at ease and worry no more. Realtor Group of Companies is giving you a whopping 3.5% interest on your investments. Come on down and visit us today. We have 2 convenient locations just for you. Visit us at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando. Sit back and watch your money grow at Real Talk Investment. Do contact us now at 238-6716, 339-1670, or 242-7690. Our team of professionals are waiting for you. Grab this opportunity and invest today. Real Talk Investment, helping real people make real money. This ad was paid for by the Real Talk Group of Companies Limited.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Realtor Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Realtor Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Carney Savannah Road, Chaguanas, or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
Welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Remember, if you're looking for cash, it's not a problem. As long as you have properties like house, land, car, cash, gold, you want to do business with Realtor Group of Company, is not a problem. Contact us and we will love to do business with you. Remember, viewers, I'm also a spiritual consultant. Those of you who have spiritual problems, you can also contact me at the same numbers. So here it is. Responding to questions on the fuel subsidy, he said the cap was based on an assumption. The cap was based on an assumption that the price of oil would stay between $80 and $90 per barrel. All you gonna love this, you know. The minister added that the cap is going to work both ways, and there can be a problem both ways. If the price of oil goes up, then the revenue goes up, but the price of oil or fuel goes up, and if the price of fuel goes down, then revenue goes down, but the price of fuel goes down. Wait, in Trinidad and Tobago, from the older folks presently to the younger folks, have fuel price in Trinidad ever dropped? Run the video.
The cap is going to work both ways, and there is a problem both ways. If the oil price goes up, our revenue goes up, of course, but the price of fuel goes up, so we have a problem there. If the price of oil goes down, revenue goes down, but the price of fuel goes down. But we are committed to the $1 billion cap. So if for some reason, and we hope that it won't happen too severely, let's say the price dropped to $80 or something like that, it will go below the figure that we've put for the cap, and we can make an adjustment in the other direction.
Have we ever seen a decline in fuel price in Trinidad and Tobago? Have we? Be real with yourself and ask yourself this question. Have you ever seen it? He said that the money the government will save from the cap in the subsidy would be used for several other measures that would not have been possible had the government not taken that measure. Imbot also stated that the government gave a tax concession where personal allowance was increased from 84,000 to 90,000, and persons owning 7,500 a month would be tax-free. He said this is costing the Treasury $450 million. Listen to this.
We gave a tax concession this budget, which I notice is not being featured prominently in the media. We increased the personal allowance from 84,000 to 90,000. So, whereas in the past, if you earned $7,000 a month or less, you were tax-free. It's now if you earn $7,500 a month or tax-free. That's going to cost the Treasury $450 million. It's not a small thing. If we had increased it from 7,000 to 8,000, it would have cost us $900 million. So we have decided to give up that $450 million in revenue, put more disposable income into the hands of consumers, allow them to boost sales in the retail trade and that sort of thing.
Before we go for this call, they gave up. Did Colin Neighbor just said they gave up the $450 million? Caller, good night.
President, good night, my lord. Prem here, how are you going?
How are you going, Prem?
I did, boy. Since I get that snake bite, it leave a mark on my toe, boy, and a burning on my toe, boy.
Oh, Lord.
And I read under pressure, rubbing on the boots when I walking, but God be with everybody, brother. But that minister, brother, they don't care about no profit planning. They don't even care about the garbage man. They even raise back the day. They even raise pay. They just raising everything. They want to tax on everything. Where people going to get money in this kind of time? And we're not putting pressure on the people. Eh? You ain't giving back people their
Thank you, Prem. Thank you, Prem. With the Minister of Finance, Colin would announcing yet another increase in the price of fuel. One Maxi Taxi Association is calling for IMBO to sit down with stakeholders and micro business owners to discuss modernizing systems. Shagwana's Maxi Taxi Association President Aaron Silcott stated that no measure or measures have been introduced for micro business owner, with the majority of measures in the budget targeted to small and medium business. Silcott said he currently works 12 to 16 hours a day to compensate for the last increase in fuel. He said Maxi Taxi tank held anywhere from 50 to 80 liters, which means operators could now be paying upward $220 to fill their tanks. He said a discussion with the ministry would raise their morals. Silcott added that while the association constitution said the rates would not be increased for another 3 years after 2022, the policy might have to be reconsidered if fuel price keep going up. Currently, passengers pay $5 for a short drop, $13 from Chaguanas to San Fernando, $10 from Chaguanas to Curepe, $9 from Chaguanas to Port of Spain, and $13 from San Fernando to Port of Spain. So now Trinidad and Tobago, Colin Mimbud really needs to sit and talk with members of the transportation hub in Trinidad and Tobago. Because I'll tell you something. They feel it the most. Taxi drivers, market vendors, those who deliver groceries, they feel it the most. PH drivers, they feel it. You see, Imbert and his administration do really business. They get tax-free, gas, food, allowance, flying free. Do they care about you? Ask yourself this question. Kola, good night.
Good night, Mr. Ali. Mr. Ali, earlier on the guy talked about shutting down the country for a week. People in Trinidad right now waiting for that, but who is taking in charge of that? People right now want to shut down the country. Many people now, they leave their wife, they can't go to work and this and that. Many break up and this and that. We want to shut down the country, but who taking charge of it? Everybody.
The union.
That's what we want.
Thank you, my friend. The union supposed to be held responsible. Why am I side? Why you say the union supposed to be held responsible? If the union take a stand with the public service or the individuals who work in the public sector, it's hundreds of thousands of people. If they take charge, citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, other than public sector workers, will support it. You know why? Because the union is the most responsible one to carry out this act. Hundreds of thousands of people are involved in government work. Where's the union? Who is the most responsible party to carry out this? Ask yourself that. Ask yourself that. So in Trinidad and Tobago, like I've told you, very soon we're going to have Realtor Credit Union information in Trinidad and Tobago. So today, on the video. So today, my workers, that is Realtor Group of Company building at number 14 Caroni Savannah Road in Shogunas. So today we were busy. We were busy today preparing Realtor building for Realtor Credit Union. I told you all Realtor Credit Union is coming on stream. I told you that. We are coming on stream. The best fixed deposit rates in Trinidad and Tobago are 3.5%. The best interest rates on your annual savings of, it's a surprise. Let me tell you something. At Realtor Credit Union, even your children will be able to have a savings account. One thing I can tell you about Saieed. You see, when you hear I step out and I say I doing something, bet your last $1,000 it coming to pass. It coming to pass. Call a good night.
Yes, I'm calling you back again there. Concerning that union talking here, the matter is on there, right? The reason why Peterson closed down is because I appointed workers trade union until Roger, president. He not only that side, he sell all the people. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you a brief history, right? If he did negotiate with the people from 2015 to 2017, when he's supposed to, they would not be in this mess right now with 4%. And the next thing is that what up to the Dragon gas bill from Venezuela? Keep all the only fool people in this country by time. You enjoy your night.
Thank you, my friend. So from January 1st, 2023, persons earning $7,500 a month will be exempted from income tax, according to Minister of Finance, Colin Imbert. Imbert stated that the government is providing relief to working families by increasing their personal income tax exemption limits from $84,000 to $90,000 per year, and all individuals earning $7,500 a month or less will now be exempted from income tax. Listen to this.
As a fiscal stimulus to the economy and a fillip to the retail sector, we are providing relief to working families by increasing the personal income tax exemption limit from $84,000 to $90,000 per year. All individuals earning $7,500 a month or less will now be exempt from income tax.
He said the adjustment to the income tax exemption marks the third time the PNM has increased the personal allowance, and it will put an additional $1,500 of disposed income in the hands of over 300,000 taxpayers.
This bold measure will cost $450 million per year in individual income tax revenue. But we firmly believe that in this difficult COVID-19 period, it will stimulate the demand side of the economy, economic activity, consumption, sales, and growth by putting more money in the hands of consumers.
$450 million. Now listen to this, viewers. Listen to this. Imbert said, we are going to get a disposed income of $1,500. But when you raise gas price, where did the $1,500 go? Back into your, what? Gas tank. Back into where? Increased price at the grocery, at the fast food outlet, at the clothing store, at the parts place when you damage your shock or your tire. So the money just keeps rolling. They increase the price of fuel, they give you $1,500 a month back. Did you save anything? Come on, Trinidadians. Don't be foolish and just sitting behind your television and looking at side and listen to what I'm telling you. You think about it for yourself. You think about it. If, let's just say, you're using unleaded super gas in your vehicle. You used to put, let's just say you're using 90 liters. $1 per liter increase. That's $90 more. So 90 by 5, 9 5 is 45. That is $450 per week. 450 multiplied by 4, how much you get? Simple maths we doing. Simple maths. 450 multiply 4, how much you getting? $1,800 for your gas bill. Am I correct? Am I correct? $90 increase. Your fuel tank taking 90 liters. $1 per liter increase. That's $90. Multiply that 90 by 5. 9 5 45, $450. $450 per week. Multiply 4. How much you getting? 450 by 450. That's how much? 900? 900 by 2 is how much? 9 and 9, 18. That's 1,800. But they're talking about 1,500 back into your pocket. So where the next 300 coming from? Ask yourself that. Where the next 300 coming from? From your salary. Say something now. Call a good night.
Yes, good night, sir.
Go right ahead, my friend.
All right, you might remember did say, I don't think it was probably last year, that you will not stop raising the price of fuel until we have a riot.
Correct.
Whether you want to consider that reckless, or you know they say when you're old, what has happened, right? No, it's unfortunate. You know what I mean? Once a man, twice a child. That's why you could be a very careless person at this time. So either way, we're going to be in a losing situation, especially with the diesel. Food, as you rightly say, everything will go up. So we have to first, that's the emergency, like in hospital. What do you do with the emergency? We have to stop that diesel from going up. So the food and all the other things that we need, at least that they won't raise the prices. So let me deal with the diesel first. Now, because you remember that child or whatever level, I don't know, once a man, twice a child. Remember that. Also, I want to have an audience with you, so I'll call you back tomorrow and see if I can chat with you a little bit.
Not a problem, my friend. Thank you so much for your comments. Trinidad and Tobago, listen this cock and bull story now. Listen this cock and bull story now. How long we don't have a commissioner of police to sign off on firearm users license? Since the former commissioner of police, Gary Griffith, exited office, there hasn't been one file signed off on for business owners like myself to get firearm. Minister of Finance Colin Mimbut has announced that all firearm users license fee will increase by 100%. All I want to hear cock and bull story. All I want to hear Nancy Drew story. Listen this. During his budget presentation, Imbut stated that the government also intend to restrict civilian ownership of assault weapon and associated ammunition. So here it is. All we're moving with is a 9mm and a 38 or a 45 revolver, while the bandits moving with AR rifle. They're moving with submachine gun. You know what we're moving with? Bang, bang, bang. And a bandit now will come out with an assault rifle. Which song better? Or bang bang? You see, in both and them are bodyguard 24 hours. Knox supermarket was robbed in Moruga St. Mary's. But the bandit went in with. What do you think the homeowner should come out with? Bang, bang, bang. Talk now, but where's Jacob? I'm not hearing from Jacob. You want to talk about increase 100% on FUL license? Since the former commissioner of police, Gary Griffith, left office, not one FUL license have been granted in Trinidad and Tobago. How long that is? But you want to brag your mouth? Eh? You should put a cap on it. I say telling you that. But just remind you something, citizens. Terence Dial saying used to say, oh, it have a man on TV and he mouthed loud, loud, loud. What happened to Terence? Terence get in an accident, he never mentioned his loudmouth man on TV again. Never. So viewers, we are out of time for tonight. But I have one more video that I want you all to listen. The minister also noted that this price hike will take effect from January 1st, 2023. Listen to this.
The government also intends to restrict the ownership of assault weapons and associated ammunition by private citizens. In the meantime, while legislative amendments are being prepared to achieve this, the license fees for ownership of assault weapons in private hands will be increased to $5,000 per year, while the annual license fee for ownership of an assault weapon for use on a firing range will increase to $1,000. These measures will require amendments to the Firearms Act, Chapter 1601, will take effect on January 1st, 2023.
So viewers, you have been viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali, live on Synergy Television, live on Saieed Ali, Real Talk on TikTok, live on Real Talk with Saieed Ali on Facebook, and live on YouTube, TT Real Talk. So until we meet again, be safe, and enjoy the night.